What time is it, Fred?
10:02.
All right. The Building and Facilities, excuse me, Construction Committee meeting Wednesday, August 20th, 2025 at 10:02 will now come to order. And I would ask that each one give their name and go around the table, and especially for the benefit of the recorder. I'm Shirley Mazinski, Chairman.
Linda Brown.
Carol Gogolinsky.
Fred Fontaine.
Bob Werman.
John Charbonnet,
And you are the...
Town Planner.
And Matt?
Matt Wojcik, Town Administrator.
Thank you. First item, excuse me, on the agenda is Highway Building Project, and we need to get up to date to some of this. Matt, do you have any further information?
What did I say last time? Should look at the
You were not here.
minutes. I was not here. Well, that means I didn't say anything.
I'm sorry, Linda?
He wasn't here, no.
Oh,
I believe the last time you spoke on it, you said the dam situation was in flux, so there wasn't really any...
No, so the Select Board has made their decision. We're withdrawing from that offer to that owner
okay.
due to the dam. And we're looking at our existing property. So this will all be public record soon enough. Votes in executive session have to be reported out. They authorized me to spend a small sum of money on title attorney. I need to clarify the status of the easement across the town's property on Main, because in 2000, when the fire station was built, some of you long-term residents, and you're all long-term residents, may remember that at town meeting, you authorized the then executive administrator, Norm McNeil. The town broke off a piece of the lot that it owned and sold it to, at the time, Doris Buxton
Okay.
in fee simple, and transferred the rights of that easement to the driveway from the corner next to the mechanic shop to Rydell. So in other words,
Okay.
if you think of it as a cross,
Yeah.
right? They took away the bottom piece of the cross and transferred those rights to the cross piece, so that people who had access on the easement to their properties from Main Street
Yeah.
would now have access to the property, their properties from Rydell. And Mrs. Buxton agreed to that, and the deed was filed. But in practice, the utility poles are still there, and there's still a driveway there. So the question for the title attorney is, did the town finish the paperwork? Did Mr. McNeil file the second set of easements? Because I believe the deed from Mrs. Buxton specifically authorized the town to extinguish all the rights across its property and move it over there, and she agreed that it would not overburden her driveway to do so. So we would still might be on the hook to move those telephone poles over to that piece of the driveway, but you already have the rest of the line going back, so you're just talking about 2 or 3 poles over to Rydell. But when you extinguish that easement, now you have a pretty big space. I think when we have Weston and Sampson go out there and actually put corner posts on where the building might go, a whole bunch of people might start talking about, well, maybe we should reconsider our decision not to work with the town on this. I just have a hunch that the location of the building is going to suggest to people that maybe they want to talk to us some more. But long story short, if we're on our own property, we're that close to Main Street, and we save some of the existing building, not all of it, but some of it, and just build what we need and not deal with the salt shed and some of the other projects, I think we're going to come in at a much lower cost. So that's where this has put us. So title attorney, I don't think the work will be more than $4 or $5 grand. Now, if the easement isn't fully extinguished and we need to do some value, we have made some progress with Ms. Olson on negotiating with her over the value of her easement and trying to pay her to get rid of it. But, the comeuppance here is that that easement across the town property currently is enjoyed by GBI, or is a rightful easement on the deeds for GBI, the Tebow property that's back there, and Ms. Olson. So all of those properties in the back have the right to pass and repass over, not just Olson. So we've got a little bit of work to do, but I think it's going to put the project in a better spot.
Did Mrs. Buxton own the Olson property when all this went on?
No, that was Bliss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so she couldn't give up a right that she didn't have. Okay. I thought maybe she, at that point, she was owner of everything, but
Yeah.
not, okay.
So that's Plan A. And Plan B is too silly to talk about, so.
So you haven't withdrawn the offer to Olson yet?
Yeah, we have.
Oh, you have? But you're still pursuing it?
No, we're talking to her about the easement.
Oh,
not
just
about-
the easement. Oh, okay. I see. Thank you.
Any questions?
I would think that she would probably at least want enough money to be able to, I mean, they do have the easement over to Rydell, but it's not passable at this point in time.
It's paved.
It's paved. Because when I went there, they were showing us where it was, and did you see anything?
No, so you're thinking of her frontage on Rydell.
Right.
Olson's frontage on
Right, well, how does she get out?
She uses those
what we
easements.
now refer to as Mrs. Buxton's driveway.
Oh, okay, but does she have the right to use Mrs. Buxton's driveway?
Yes.
Question.
So that's not questionable. So that's the deed that was, so the Buxtons bought from the town
Okay,
a 14,000 square foot long rectangle
right,
at the top of the town's property that connected the bend in their driveway,
Right.
which would have gone to Main Street, now out to Rydell.
right.
The town actually sold them that property, and that
Right.
deed was filed with an easement over it for the benefit of all the properties behind it.
Okay, so that was in the deed?
Yes, it's in the
Okay,
deed.
okay, got it.
Question? Anybody?
Because I think there was a...
Carol?
Go ahead.
Cool. Anybody else? Question? Okay.
Okay, I think
You have
there
a
was
question?
there was a court case a few years back, wish I'd written these things down, where if there's an easement across your property, you can, or a right-of-way, I guess maybe right-of-way might be the word, that you can change that right-of-way if you give them another one.
Yes.
So there was a court case on that,
Yep.
so there's a precedent on that.
So we will keep this on.
So we put it in the hands of an attorney, and there's a couple of firms that I asked last night for permission to talk to, but that's where we are with that.
Because that's still a project that needs to be given, in my opinion, high priority because of the working conditions.
And winter's coming.
Yeah, but it's not going to be by then. But we need to continue, I feel. I hope you all agree, or if you don't, I want to know why.
No, we've got to continue on.
Okay. All right, number 2 is we have a few things that are out there that are being worked on, and we need to hear from Matt as to how they're doing. First is status of the oil spill, which was getting there.
Yeah, I'm not ignoring you, I'm actually trying to find my last email from Pat,
Our
Penza.
environmental.
this was late June.
Yep.
I sent an invoice. Nobody cares about that.
Well, that's not our job.
So we sampled the first week of June. I think we are, no, the 12th.
Of June?
of June was our last sample, and I think it came back, there was some impatience on Pat's part about making sure the vent worked. I think that Adam Furno, Selectman Fitzpatrick, and some others made sure the vent was properly working, so this is a exhaust vent that
Yeah.
just moves the air out of the boiler room to the outside. And that was set up, and then they took a sample, and I have not heard back. Really, we needed one more clean sample, and this case will be closed. That's where we're at.
Okay, so,
The DEP file will be closed. The insurance case closed a long time ago.
okay, are you okay with that, everybody? Any questions, comments?
No.
Okay, thank you. Next item is the green communities, and the middle school was having lights. And any word that's, or John, do you have any?
I haven't had any, that was supposed to start. I haven't heard it from anybody that has started.
Vacation's almost over.
Yeah, I could follow up on that and see if that's actually, that was supposed to start, by now. This month it was supposed to.
So what we would get was we would get a project closeout signed off by the superintendent or the business manager. That's the most interaction we will have at Town Hall. We haven't gotten the project closeout yet. But obviously, the kids are coming back
Yeah. So,
the 27th,
Yeah.
so I think they
a
should be.
week from today.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, huh? All right, we'll wait to hear from that, and that should be closed out. Municipal fire alarm, so,
That's the whole,
yeah,
the roof is done, right? So, but this is that's a conversation for the capital committee.
yes. Because it involves money, and it couldn't be done, am I right, until the roof?
So we want to
Work
design,
money.
so let me
Sure.
just wrap all of the municipal center updates into this one item, since you
Sure.
don't have anything else here. It all ties to the fire alarm. We said we're going to make sure the sprinkler system talks to the fire alarm, and that's the design component. So where we stand is Naughton is going to bring the fire service connection and the new domestic service connection up to basically the wall of this building. But their contract does not include bringing the water into the municipal center. So I've got to go to the project budget and see if I can get a commercial plumber to be able to do the work and at least stub it off inside the building as part of the overall project. I don't know how much that's going to cost. I don't think it's going to be cheap.
Nothing's
You
cheap.
know, a
So-
plumber with prevailing wage, you can see the dollar signs.
Right. That's the plumber and the,
And it's just the plumber, because you're bringing in
Right.
two water service connections. One's dedicated for the sprinklers, the other would be for domestic.
okay,
Bob Sullivan and I went down to the basement and looked at where this thing will come in, and this is what's going to be probably a pretty big design effort and this committee's next big project. Because our sprinkler risers and our sprinkler connections are located behind the wall where the old electrical service connection is located, with the old Westinghouse circuit breakers up against the wall. So I don't know if you've ever tried this, but standing in a puddle of water, holding a bare wire isn't a good idea. And so that being a possibility, we've been pushing off the inevitable, which is the electrical service upgrade, at least the master service connection upgrade for this building, which the chair will remember when she was chair of the select board and doing a study 20 years ago, was flagged as a necessary safety
yep,
improvement then. So we're just going to have to bite the bullet, and our next major project through capital, through finance committee, through this committee, is probably going to be plumbing the building for sprinklers and getting rid of the old Westinghouse circuit breakers, which at this point you could hit them with a sledgehammer and they wouldn't trip.
So they're still being used?
What's that?
You said the old, it's still in use.
It's still in use.
Oh, okay, okay.
So-
I didn't know if it was something that was no longer being.
So for your reference, since you are the Building Facilities Committee, when the second floor was upgraded for the school, you have brand new, not brand new, compared to the age of the building, relatively new, master service connections for electricity on the far end of the building near the gymnasium.
Okay.
In a room, the first room on the left as you walk through the basement door. In our newest additions, including the EV chargers and some of the other things that we've added, are all on those. There were some twisties left, so we were able to fill those boxes up in the front.
Okay.
And that is where the emergency generator ties into our service. But the 100-year-old building still runs off, and that's the police station and the space we're in, runs off the electrical feed to the old Westinghouse breaker box. It's not even a breaker box, it's a wall. And one of those breakers was deemed unsafe. And so you have a secondary panel that was wired into that and comes off, and it basically is the treasurer's office, Cheryl, and the tax collector's area is a completely separate 2 or 3 circuits that run off that secondary panel. That was a temporary, that was a safety issue, and it was never supposed to last this long. So that really does have to be addressed. All that stuff moved out of there so that we can do, we're not going to move the sprinklerizer, it's too much work. So we'll just set up the sprinkler service to that end of the building, which means where the water comes into the building can't be that far corner, it's got to be towards the middle, which obviously complicates the dig, because now we have the electrical, we have the transformer on one side of the walkway and the generators on the far end, so we're crossing in front of the town hall. It's not that people in the industry don't do this all the time, it's just, you can't go out there with a shovel and a pickaxe and have at it.
So when you say it comes to the wall, you mean the wall of the building?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you meant the wall.
No, not the retaining wall, no, the wall of the building.
Okay.
So there's this, I see if I have a picture,
Anybody
because
have any-
that's a time capsule down there. And
So-
I defy anyone.
Many years ago, when whatever board I was on, it was the dirt where the cafeteria
It still is a dirt crawl space.
is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't know if you can see this picture, but I'll give you bragging rights if you know what this is.
I can't see that far away. I can't see that far away.
Well, built an electrical box, circle boxes, right?
From here, it looks
Well,
like,
there's meters. Those are 2 volt meters,
Yeah.
You mean what's under it?
and that's a tongue rad bulb in between.
Okay.
So you must all be at, 29 going on 30, because this is a 100-year-old battery charger.
Oh, my God.
You use this apparatus to charge 2 9-volt batteries,
oh, wow.
right? I don't know what for, maybe to start the old fire engine, because that's a 9-volt. But you would attach them to these electrodes down here on the bottom with wires. And we'll have a little bit of cleanup. We can't leave this thing in the building. I'm just going to say that's not something that is modern. So we're not going to drop anything when we take that apart.
Going to take it down to the Jinx Museum?
We don't want it.
You probably don't want it there,
I'm kidding.
but it's a 100-year-old battery charger. So long story short, that is how old the electrical system is, and that's why it probably will need to be addressed.
Okay.
So that's your long story short on the fire alarm. The design is that, I know you're going to want to leave it on your agenda, but it'll be a long time before I have an update, because I've got a lot of work to do in the building before I can
Okay.
configure that.
All right. And we usually get direction from the selectmen through Matt as to our next, or what's going to be the next item, and capital from, if it's a capital, whether,
It's not on your agenda, so I'll just say this, that it is a tangentially related issue, that because there is going to be a facilities component to it, you should put on your agenda for next meeting, which is the management of the storage area upstairs on the second floor.
okay.
and the construction of a climate-controlled document archive in what is the old locker room, boys' locker room, next to the gym. So the basketball league used that for years. So this is behind the bathroom. So you walk down the stairs, there's a door to the right, there's a locker room there. All of those utilities were stubbed and capped a long time ago because all the shower heads and toilets, everything's out of there. So we're basically talking about refurbishing that room and having a dedicated air handler that makes sure the humidity and temperature in that room is appropriate, and then our most sensitive documents will be stored in there, freeing up space upstairs. But this will be a capital budget item, the digitization or the scanning of a lot of the records we have upstairs. Not so much to facilitate their destruction, but to make sure we have a backup copy. And then we're going to have to be more efficient about where we store all that stuff. The times are coming when we're going to need the space upstairs for functional space. It is ADA accessible. So we have a fully operational elevator that we inspect and maintain at some considerable expense sometimes, with the phone and everything that's supposed to have in it. And so there's the only thing holding us off from the second floor is the sprinklers.
So if you would, I think it would be easier for everybody if you put those two items on John, or the agenda for,
It may be a while since you've been upstairs.
and that
You've been
was,
cleaning up.
We still have,
that was the conversation, I believe, last meeting or the meeting before, because on the previous,
Since it's in this building, why don't we just do the walk during your next meeting?
Okay,
okay, that would be
We'll just go
good.
upstairs.
so that needs to be put on the agenda.
Yes.
yeah.
Do we have to have, because there'll be a whole...
They can follow us up there with the
Okay.
video camera.
We did that when we went to all the other.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just, we got to make sure they know
So
what we need.
that should be on the agenda. Yeah, so we can do
So
it.
we can put sidewalk and discussion of
Ups-
upstairs, second floor of town hall.
Yes, plus the other two, however you want to word it, the other items.
Yeah, we might take a walk down to the gym too, since it's
Yeah.
not that hard of a journey.
So old, you want to put, would that be old gymnasium or it's current gymnasium?
Document storage area.
Okay.
So town meeting already approved the funding.
Yes,
So we're working the brilliant Massachusetts statutes to get the procurement to come in under the budget. Long story short, the stuff gotten a lot more expensive, these air handlers, and so I still think there's a there. We're not that much over, so I think we'll try to knock it down. But that's neither here nor there at the moment.
Okay, so sidewalk and discussion of second floor of town hall.
Right.
Renovation.
right.
And site walk and discussion of the future document storage area, current gymnasium.
Could,
Or you can, I think you mentioned
It's the locker room, not the gym.
management of upstairs projects, or however you want to.
It's called the future of the second floor. I mean, it really,
Your second floor, then if that's,
Gene wants to be up there now.
to see out over the,
Those are really nice spaces up there.
yes, there's windows,
yeah.
yes.
May I say something?
Yes, windows.
Yes,
Maybe we should put in possible, looking at the rest of the building too, in case we pop our nose into some other office, then we're covered. We don't have to, but if we say,
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to do it, just cover everything, and if we go there, we do, and if we don't, we don't.
okay. So remember, this is going to be on our next
Yeah,
agenda,
okay.
okay? Is that good?
Yep.
All right. Fire
Madam Chair,
station.
I have a question that
Yes,
goes back to the electrical.
sure.
Thought popped in my head. Is this roof a candidate for solar?
Good question, Frank.
I think that's been looked into a long time ago. But the roof needed to be done. Now it's
The
done.
roof needed to be done. I mean, the nature of
a lot of stuff up there.
We have a lot of stuff up there. So we have quite a few whips up there for the police department. We've closed a lot of the penetrations in the roof because we no longer use the passive ventilation system. So that's all been removed. We had 4 rooftop units. We replaced we only needed 2. So I think we've completely filled in 2 of those roof penetrations. So now we have this expensive PVC membrane up there. Now we're not real excited about drilling through or putting stuff through. It's not the sunniest location. We have some trees around, but it's, I would say the roof over this part of the building might be one of our better candidates because the arc of the sun is this way. So this side of the building is going to get most exposure. Frankly, if money were no object, I would put shelters out here and put solar panels on top of them. It would be constituent service because then you could walk back and forth to town hall in inclement weather and you'd only have a short space where you're in the rain. But those pavilions actually tend to be pretty efficient and do good stuff. They're just as efficient as putting panels on the roof. But when you add up the 2 rooftop units, the clearance for the antennas, and there's just not a whole lot of room.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah.
I know police would love to have shelters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of it too, right? It's preserving the cruisers and putting them under some kind of shelter.
Just a comment on rooftop solar. I'm hearing from people who are now being told by their insurance companies that they need a new roof. And they won't get insurance if they don't put a new roof. And unfortunately, some have put solar on their roofs and have benefited from the cost, but to take it off is costly. To put a new roof back on and then a solar.
And then reinstall.
Yeah. Yeah. So, something to think about. Unfortunately, this is how it goes, so.
Where were we?
And
Fire station.
before probably we recommended anything is, what's the recommendation of where and how it's going to be put on? That's the solar, you know.
If we play our cards right, we may own a solar field over there on Oak Street.
I have no comment.
Wouldn't you rather be in charge of it than have somebody else in charge?
You're teasing.
I'm not teasing. Got $1 million? I can tell you how we can get it done. So I'm teasing it.
Yeah.
There's a mechanics lien has been filed against the developer of the solar field by the contractor for failure to pay.
Really?
$1 million worth of remedial,
How much?
$1 million.
And they're going for triple damages,
Trouble damages, yeah.
plus lawyer's fees.
So, the drama continues. Blue Wave, our dear
This
friends.
is,
Fire station upgrade,
Yes,
when you're ready, Madam Chair.
ready.
Okay. The roof is first. I've let out the contract.
Okay.
So for folks to understand, the critical component for the town was making sure there was a workmanship warranty on the installation of the roof. The materials don't fail anymore. They may not last forever, but your biggest problem putting roofs on is the roofers. So in the RFP, we said we wanted the maximum warranty available. And after we opened, we had 8 bids. It was very competitive. We ended up going with one of the higher bids, not the highest, but one of the higher bids,
Yeah.
because they were the only firm able to offer us a 10-year workmanship warranty. 2 years on the installer and 8 years on GAF, if you're familiar, that's the Timberline manufacturing side. So they have to use all of the materials required by the warranty. So they need to use GAF flashing, GAF
Yeah.
shingles,
Right.
all the GAF materials, and they have to be installed according to the manufacturer's standards.
Yeah.
So we amended our contract, we've been back and forth with the contractor, we finally, I think, got good language. The bond company is going to issue the performance bond with the new warranty language included. So I'm waiting, this work should be done in the next month.
So how much is that going to be for the roof?
We were still under budget, that was the
Yeah.
good news. So the lowest bid, you love to take the lowest bid,
yeah,
but you
but-
get what you pay for. It
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like 44, and I think it came in at 56.
56,000? That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I just got
Okay.
to,
And then we're going to replace as best we can. We may end up spending the full budget. That cupola that's up there is pretty rotten. Where the weather vane was a custom-made item by a Douglas resident that we want to preserve. So we'll probably put a new cupola, remount the weather vane, and I know this is going to really excite some people. We're going to center it on the building. So the cupola won't be off edge like it was built by the Soviets. We're going to put the cupola in the middle with okay? It's a feng shui thing. Just roll with me.
Yes.
But once the roof is done, we're going to tackle the rest of it. I've got so many projects going on right now. I don't want to have 4 or 5 contractors running around the fire station.
Understand.
I want to make sure this piece is done properly, all the cleanup is done, and then we'll talk about the GC work. The GC work will be next. That's a very small item. We're basically putting up a non-bearing wall to sequester some space for future HVAC improvements, but to separate that space from the bays. And there were some bollards that needed to be installed outside to protect the generator and some of the other assets. Once the GC work is done, that's going to be about $25,000. We'll do the bigger project, which is electrical. I got to get McRitchie to, I'm going to pull those plans out of his cold, dead fists. What it boils down to, we paid for them, we want our plans.
Yeah.
So that's what we'll do after that. Anything else on
Anybody?
that one?
Good. Okay. Cottage, just reviewing the vacant buildings in town, and A is Cottage Street, the old fire station. Any discussion of anything on that? And
Yeah, I think we need to do something with the, like, get a bird on that. What do we need to do to at least just get it buttoned up?
Which one?
the old Cottage
Old
Street
fire
fire station.
Somebody go with some boards just to inspect, make sure there's no, might need.
Yeah, and I hear you on that. I keep kicking that to Adam, and poor Adam is so busy.
Understood.
It's good.
But that's what we have to do. As for the Buckeye Pipeline building, you're calling it the red building.
Get back to Cottage Street.
I thought I was finished.
No.
We're gonna,
I just want a definite, yes, we're going to eventually or
Can
sooner.
we hire it out under a certain amount, or just a?
we could, yeah, we could put, we have one guy that we use for a lot of these spot repairs. I mean, I don't need to put that out to bid, I can just hire him, it's under 10 grand. That's,
Oh, yeah.
That's my
yeah,
intent.
10 grand.
yeah, that's my intent,
But
just
that's in-
to button it up.
In discussion with Adam too.
Yeah, we just gotta have the time to get to it.
Yeah, as long as we know.
Yeah.
Because we'll keep coming back to it and,
I know you will.
all right. Sorry, Matt.
All we're missing on this committee is Bob and Eric. We'd have everybody who doesn't let go.
Okay. Go ahead.
On these two, the old Buckeye Pipeline, I'm specifically referring to the old brick office building.
Yep.
You're calling it the red building. We refer to it as the brown house.
Oh, wait.
Yes.
But wait,
That's 19 Main.
Oh, okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
I'm doing things in a package for a purpose.
okay, but I don't want to forget Old Buckeye Pipeline.
I'm making a list, there was a comma.
Okay.
So Old Buckeye
Okay, all
Pipeline,
right.
comma,
Yes.
the Brown House, comma,
Okay.
103 Shore Road, which is subject to a court finding. I am going to bundle into a demolition contract, special article request at Fall Town Meeting. So in other words, I want to hire a demolition contractor to whack 3 buildings.
Which 3?
The old Buckeye.
The Old Buckeye, comma,
Yeah.
the Brown House, comma, and 103 Shore Road.
So now
Oh,
we
okay,
have-
not the center
hold it.
school. Okay,
No.
Good, good.
So now we have it down here as the red building?
I don't know who put that on there. It's the
Well-
Brown House.
Used to be brown.
We always call it the little brown house.
It is brown.
It is, I think.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the bear that, well, several bears that everybody has named Dougie.
Oh, Dougie, yeah.
The Brown House, that is what we know it as in Douglas, the Brown House.
Okay.
Yes.
As in
That's what I
Charlie
was
Brown built a house
Okay. Hold it. All right, so those 3 buildings,
to match his Christmas tree. So those 3 buildings, I am going to request from the Capital Committee an allocation, a transfer from free cash to let out a demolition contract, separate and apart from their regular process. Because frankly, demolitions will never score high enough in the capital scoring process to get funding. That doesn't mean that those projects don't need to be done. We carry liability insurance, we have a whole bunch of other issues that arise from owning vacant buildings. We just got to bite the bullet and get rid of them. We will get a better price if we can get a crew to come in here and do 3 days' worth of work than having 3 different crews come up at 3 different times, I think.
Can I,
yes.
on the one on Shore Road, that's the one that we had trouble selling because somebody said there was a oil tank?
That's 11 Arnold.
Okay, so what?
Shore Road is the illegally built structure that's been the subject of litigation for 15 years, and the town
Okay.
finally won.
So the town's in possession of that?
No, the town is ordered by the court to tear it down.
Yeah, that's been on, that's been a while.
And
Which
we're going,
is-
and we have the authority under the court order to lien the property to recover the
Is that right
cost.
on the shore?
Yes.
That's Shore Road.
I remember that. I
Is
was
it-
on Concom then.
Yeah,
Hold it, one
Is
at
it-
a time.
Go back, have another is it
Are you done,
possible?
Carol?
You done? Yeah.
No, Linda, I'm sorry, yes.
Okay. On that one, is it, I don't know, if we only have the right to knock it down, will we have the right to sell it and have somebody move it?
the court ordered us to
Yeah.
tear it down. I'm open to the concept of salvage.
Yeah,
So if the owner can come up with a better solution
right.
before the deadline,
And what's the deadline?
We don't know it.
it's
Yeah.
moot if I
Yeah.
can't get the funding from town meeting, right?
Right.
And maybe it'll be 2 separate articles. Whatever we have to do, whatever town council and the finance director is comfortable with, the house has got to go. The court has ordered it torn down. So if there's a better solution, a more resource-conscious solution, which would be to try to salvage some of the components, I'm all for it. But the only thing that needs to go is the foundation.
Right, because it's not hard to move a house.
The wires are there, so there's some
They do it all the
discussion
time,
back and forth about it, but
yeah.
this is not my field of
Right,
expertise. I'm all about swing, bada, 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 or thumb it.
Brad, did you have?
That's where I'm at.
Like the demo company, think of it as salvage as well, and factor that into their bid.
They could. So after a certain point, if the owner doesn't do it, we're going to say, after that, we're just going to do it. And if we can, because it's in the owner's interest for us to reduce the cost, since we're going to lien the property to recover the cost. So, but all of that correspondence is drafted, but Gene was uncomfortable funding it from the operational budget, even though we have the money. It's a cleaner financial arrangement to go to town meeting, ask for the money. And if you think about the status of the litigation, if town meeting votes it, it's not the select board's decision, the town administrator's decision, it's the town. That's kind of where we're at.
How many years has this?
I don't know, long before me, so
Yeah.
there's a long trail of professional wreckage associated with this. The building commissioner that unethically, well, whatever.
Never, yeah. Okay. All right, and then we still have 21 Main Street, Centus Old VFW.
So it's our intention to save the building and make it useful for the town. There's going to be some work involved with that. I want to clear the decks, so I want to get 11 Gleason off my plate and some of the work here at Town Hall off my plate, and then we'll turn to the center school. It's buttoned up, right, so it's protected, there's no roof leaks. I think step one really will be to get a structural engineer to assure us that that back corner where there's an old fieldstone foundation can be shored up and to meet code. Then I think we'll need, frankly, a pretty good study on what will be required to septic, electric, plumbing, all the upgrades that are
And what
necessary.
it's going to be used for.
Yeah.
I have a question. So the old grammar school is not on here anymore, Gleason Court.
No. but
So
that's-
is that
I'm waiting for the appraisal.
still waiting? Oh, okay.
So Mike O'Hara came back to me with a couple of questions. I answered those questions. He said by this Friday. Once I have the appraisal, I'm ready to rock and roll.
All right.
Yeah.
Should we put it back on here? Grammar school?
I think we agreed to,
I don't know.
I forget what our last vote was, but to go with the,
Yeah, the RFP's ready to be.
Yeah.
You recommended that to the select board. The select
Yes.
board authorized me to post it,
yes.
and I'm just waiting for the appraisal.
Okay.
The appraisal is a necessary part of it. It sets the
Probably-
floor price.
Yeah, I will say maybe you'd like,
When it comes in, you'll be scoring it.
yeah,
So it should be on here,
so it should be.
the grammar school.
It's going to be a couple of months before the advertising period's over, so if you put it on the agenda, Shirley's going to make me talk about it. So if you want to put it on the October agenda, I'm good, because by then,
we'll wait.
we'll be closed.
Because the selectmen are going to be saying, we need
Once I post it, it's
recommendation.
up for 30 days,
Yeah.
right?
So let's add it as a report on Old Elementary School.
Okay.
No, that's the grammar school.
Just don't get upset with me if it's brief.
That's fine, I don't get upset with you, but I,
I feel like I need to say a lot,
no.
right?
What's the name of the building, so I can tell?
Old
Grammar school.
Bill Grammar School, 11 Gleason Court.
11 Gleason Court, just because he mentioned it, so.
Yep, stupid me.
Well, no, Linda
Yeah, huh?
asked. Linda asked.
But he mentioned Gleason Court, and I'm like,
So let's, how do,
Need a
not
dog
really-
show hook.
We got 15 minutes before I turn into a pumpkin.
no, well, we're all,
And I really need to talk to this guy behind me. So-
yes.
Were you able to get
Appreciate-
Microsoft this morning? Okay.
Appreciate well, we'll be grading, so, once you have it, we'll, yeah, I think once you get the grading, then
for the grammar
we're
school.
supposed to evaluate who has filed or who has said they putting in a bid. Okay?
Just in favor of open processes.
Yep,
The bylaw charges this committee with these actions.
yep.
You know, technically, the town meeting authorizes the select board, it's the select board's process, but the select board works with the BFCC to get to conclusions. So your recommendation will carry considerable weight and take some work burden off the selectmen. They're only really going to change the outcome if they disagree with something that you've scored, but the chances of that are slim. So, since you watched the meeting last night, you know we like to keep things efficient. Not be here until 10.
What's your thoughts,
You missed
people?
Wow.
You want it back on?
land
I
use
do,
council.
I want it back on I find the process interesting, so we can go through the process and talk about what's happening.
So add it to the next meeting agenda.
Yes.
Yeah.
September.
So John,
Yeah, I'll send out an email following this meeting to Jen and CCU
Yep.
with these agenda items to include on the next agenda.
thank you.
And maybe to combine all the demolition buildings and add Shore Road.
So, okay,
You
so
wanna
how would
work-
that read?
What do you think, Matt?
Just update on demolition.
Demolition of vacant buildings, just make it its own.
And make
category.
the three,
Name the Buckeye property, the Brown House.
Yes.
The Red House, and 103 Shore Road.
that's
And I'll just
right.
put demo of vacant buildings.
No, because then it could be
Yeah,
the VFW.
All right, so which one?
Right.
I mean, I got nervous thinking that was
So what are
it.
the buildings?
So again,
Brown House?
So item B.
Go ahead.
Item C. And 103 Shore Road.
which wasn't on here.
It's not a town property technically, but it's a demolition contract. So
Yes.
it-
104 Main.
I needed people to understand that I'm probably going to bundle everything together. 'Cause
It's a good idea.
it doesn't matter to me who owns it. It matters to me the activity that I'm procuring. I'm procuring demolition and
To
disposal.
get a better
Yes.
financial. And also, that probably came from the court order, actually, never mind, the other committee has been under Shore Road. It's
What?
been in and out of,
It's at the select board now.
okay.
That's who's managed litigation.
So that's why it's back here. All right. Good? Everybody, anybody, comments? You good? Okay. And if you have any questions, John, let me know, or Matt, probably better Matt, as far as what's coming and what's being necessary for us to make a recommendation. All right, library, item F, Board of Trustees. Have you heard anything?
I got nothing.
They just need to know that they've requested to be on our agenda sometime back, and I'm looking at Fred because, and I shouldn't, it's not Fred, it's his wife,
You
sorry.
actually talked to my wife.
I should.
I got a couple of cans and a piece of string you can borrow.
All right, if we hear nothing, we'll just continue. I know they wanted to have some input, but they haven't approached Matt.
Put it this way, they've done well. They continue to be successful raising funds. It's just that this stuff is so expensive when you follow the
Yeah.
statutes that, you can't just have somebody take a cocktail napkin and draw some rectangles and say, this is what we're going to do. And I think a lot of this discussion has moved to master plan because it's on the master plan's agenda to go through town facilities. And so I just read that element, and there's a whole section of that element that's about the library and the recommendation. And the suggestion in master plan is that the action item in the master plan will be the more modest package of renovations to just achieve ADA compliance and not do the full-blown Department of Library Services mega building,
Right.
which, we priced out of it. It's just too much money. So when we talk about, not to jump around and upset anyone, but 21 Main Street, which is the old center school, the library's demand for space is for programs. I just need space to put programs. I don't need to say that that's a library annex. I don't. Or a senior center annex. If the town has a building that's structurally sound, that has space in it, and a kitchen and bathrooms at work, and parking that's ADA compliant, then you have a ready-made space for these overflow activities that you already own, it's already been built. It is easier at this point, in my judgment, to renovate that building than it would be to build anything new or buy something from someone else. I really love the center school. I think it's a great building. It just feels very homey and welcoming And because it has a kitchen, it could be useful. It's not a very big kitchen, it's just a little galley kitchen, but those two big classrooms, for lack of a better word, have natural light. It's a nice central location. As long as the parking were sufficient, that brings me back to the little brown house. So the cemetery commission wants us to keep that. They actually want to replace the little shed, little screened-in house with a honest-to-God shed. I just got that request. I didn't put it on your agenda because I'm just kind of figuring out how they're going to do this, but there's some gravestones being stored in there and some other supplies. All for it. It's town property. It's right next door to the cemetery, so it all makes sense. The little brown house, once it's gone, if you're thoughtful about how you configure it, you could probably park quite a few cars there. And then behind the center school, you'd have cars. So that ties back to the library. We just don't have a lot of space in the library building to do major increases in floor space. You just don't. So, one of the most popular items at the library is the electronic collection. That doesn't take up any space at all, right? So we're administering an electronic library, and so the emphasis on stacks and having lots and lots of shelf spaces diminished somewhat since the 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That's all I got on the library.
Okay. Questions, comments?
Should we take it off the agenda?
I'd say no.
I just wonder if first we need to find out what they are looking to us for, because I believe the last time it was maybe some input from the architects.
Right. We have a house doctor, right?
Yeah.
The question is, how much money do the trustees really want to spend? Weston Sampson is not cheap, and they are very thorough. They do. That's why we hired them and not anyone else, because when they take on a project, they don't do conceptual drawings and watercolor paint. They actually get out the drafting table and they draw things to scale, and it costs money. And I think there's what I get is that there's still, I did go to school to be a diplomat, right? There is still an effort to build consensus on the trustees on what the path forward is going to look like. How's that? Did I do good? I think I did.
I understand what you're saying.
Would you like if maybe we invited them?
No. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you,
Remember-
Matt.
It's their
You were
building.
working on as being a diplomat.
I am. Which is to not put them on the spot, I think is really what I'm trying to avoid. It is their building. And once they're able to speak with a unified voice on what it is that they want, then it's right
Right.
to be here.
Matt,
So,
I think we should leave it on, because it's not a big deal. Doesn't
Yeah.
take much of our time. And all of a sudden, maybe they'll come up with something, so then you don't have to wait like 2 months to get
Right,
to it.
exactly.
you don't
So
need
if
to
it's
make,
there-
You can always pass it over.
do you want to leave it on? Let's hear some,
It's fine,
it's fine.
just like the
Right,
municipal
Bob?
fire.
Yeah.
Bob? Yeah? Yes? No?
Leave it on.
I'm sorry?
Leave it on.
Okay. Fred? All right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. We got minutes to do.
We're going to scoot to
Yeah, we
the,
have an 11
Can
o'clock.
I ask
Yes.
one question? I noticed that generator's not outside anymore. Has that been taken care of, the problems
Yes.
with this building? Good, good.
That was my question.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we are fully operational.
Good, good.
Every Tuesday at 1, if you want to hear it.
No, I mean, I think it's the air conditioner that is causing the most trouble for the
I'm going to whistle as I walk away from this conversation.
But we don't have that
The
problem.
coolant pipe was undersized, so they had to get a bigger fan. Okay, I'm all set. Bye.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we have minutes of possible minutes, and we do have them, of June 18th.
Geez, the font's smaller.
Yeah.
My God.
If you haven't had a chance to read them, can take a couple minutes, and if you find any errors,
I have one correction whenever anybody's ready.
correction, yeah, which one, Linda?
On page 2, after F,
Yeah,
that was the question I asked about the municipal building generator. And here it just says the committee on the building generator. So it should say the municipal center, municipal buildings generator. So just add municipal.
okay, so that should probably be capital.
And I'll let
Yep.
Jen know
Right.
of that one change. So I'll know where this generator is located.
Give you a couple more minutes, and then we'll get, and actually, I have to, no, that's okay, you can go down and talk to Jen.
Okay.
I have, long as I've given what I needed to Bob, so he won't walk off.
Thank you.
His son left some boots that I found for him. Anybody?
You ready? I'll make a motion to approve the June 18th, 2025 Building Facilities Construction Committee minutes as amended.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, okay, thanks, Fred. Any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Upcoming meetings, September 17th, 2025, and October 15th, 2025. And I usually send out a memo. If you are not going to be able to attend, please advise. Any further open discussion of topics we haven't?
Yeah, one quick thing, as I brought this to the recycling, we've got to come up with a way to become not paper-free, but paperless. It's tremendously wasteful.
Thank you.
So the minutes should have actually been 2 pages, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Jen was on vacation, I think.
All right.
Maybe members can think about a way that they can use an electronic device or something. No, it's not going to happen.
I don't have one, so I need minutes.
I have trouble reading them.
Say paperless, maybe some people need the paper, maybe I don't need this, I can easily have this all on my device.
Sure. I like to make notes to myself because I don't like to forget anything, as you heard.
Whereas if it's on an electronic device, you
I have
can't
to go back.
amend what they send you.
Yeah.
You can actually.
Well,
You
yeah.
can?
And actually, it's
Yes.
probably happened. Yeah.
But I don't know how.
Yeah. Understood, just couldn't let it go without saying it.
No,
Every time I
and
drop this in the recycling.
And if you, okay, Jen makes sure she puts them in your folder.
Yeah, that's not a big, she just hit the wrong button for the double-sided thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's,
Sure, she does a great job.
like, in cable, we did go paper-free, and and some people that didn't have devices, they borrowed a computer or whatever for the meeting, it was already there, ready to go.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
Any further? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved at 11:02.
Second?
Motion made by
Me.
Fred.
No, me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Linda,
That's her name.
Linda.
This is to adjourn.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, Linda and then Fred. Thank you. Well, that was for the minutes, too.
No, we already
Oh, you
did
got
that.
it? I was gonna.
All right.
We
All in
already-
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? 11:02, right?
Correct.